This will be sort of a short video where I discuss my channel name, because I realized I haven't made any specific video regarding my choice of name, which is Pink G10. And the G10, of course, is a synthetic handle material used on bark river knives, on some of their knives. It's one of the tougher handle materials, along with micarta. And what started this pink collection was actually the Survivor, this knife in particular. And it also started out as sort of a joke. We were discussing in the Facebook group different type of materials and designs, and I was joking about getting a bark river with a pink handle because it would look sort of funny / bizarre / cute in a way. But I wanted this cute looking handle on a knife of bigger proportions, like a Crusader was one of my first thoughts. But then I decided to go with the Survivor in 3V because it was coming up. It was just a few weeks away, I think, when I were discussing the materials. And I decided to go with mosaic pins and the black liners as well, to make it a bit more unique in some way, maybe. And I put in the pre-order, and when I got a knife and the black, I also wanted black sheath because I thought that black and pink would go kind of well together. And when I got the knife, at first I thought it looked kind of funny in a way, but also kind of stylish actually. So I decided that maybe I should get another one. And I was also thinking about, I was telling some friends that, well, if I get a daughter later on, maybe she will like the color pink, and maybe I should build her a starter kit of pink knives. And I think the starter kit is about to be completed soon. There are about, is it 10 knives now? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 of them, yeah. It's probably going to be a few more before I am truly finished with this particular design. All of these knives, except for 2, being the JX5 and the Grasso Bolo III, they are pink, also pink handles, and with black liners, but they do not have the mosaic pins. And that is because the Corby bolts are stronger than the mosaic pins, and the Grasso Bolo III and the JX5 are both heavy duty knives, or for really tough tasks like chopping. Also, I use grip tape on them, so the mosaic pins wouldn't have been visible anyways. But let's go through the knives, and we can start with the larger ones, being the Grasso Bolo being the largest, and then we can go to the Grizzly, the JX5, the Survivor, the Strike Force, the Cub test run, the Cub production run, the Squad Leader, the Mini-Aurora, and then finally the Lite Bushcrafter. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about the models. I just thought it would be fun to kind of show the pink collection. Grasso Bolo III, my ultimate chopper. Together with the parang, this is without a doubt the best chopping knife. Not the lightest knife, it's quite heavy, hence why it is a good chopper, but not my top pick for going hiking or camping, because it's so heavy. I mean, you can do fine work with it, but your arm will get tired from doing that. But a super chopper for sure. Like I said, the best one together with the parang and maybe the battle cleaver. which is sort of even more impractical, to be honest. Let's see, I think I'll do like this instead. So this is the JX5 Chris Tanner design. Also a fantastic chopping knife. It doesn't pack quite the punch of the Grasso Bolo and the Parang and Battle Cleaver, but it is still a magnificent chopper. It won my first chopping contest. But the good thing with this knife is it can do a lot more than just chop. You can do fine work without getting fatigued, without getting tired. You have a really great handle, which can be utilized in a few different ways depending on what you want to do with the knife. But this is probably, if I'm not carrying a small axe or hatchet, this is probably my go-to chopping knife, I'd say. 3V steel on this one, which is pretty amazing. The Grasso Bolo III, on the other hand, is 5160 steel. Some were made in A2, but this one in particular wasn't, as far as I know. Oh, and this is the, you can see it's lacking the Prepared Mind logo, and it's because this is the second run JX5. Next up is the Grizzly. This one is lacking the Dark Timber logo because this is also the second run. It's made out of 3V steel, and this is also a pretty good chopper. I think it placed 4th in my chopping contest. But it chops like crazy, and it's also really good for doing you know, any camp chores, light work or heavy work. It's a very versatile knife. You can do a lot of stuff with it. Actually, one of my favorites of the large knives, I believe. Next up, we have, like I stated before, the one knife that started this whole pink collection. This is the Survivor in 3V. A really heavy-duty compact knife. I kind of would have preferred the handle to be slightly longer or a bit different, but that is only something I wish for when I do chopping tasks with this knife. Otherwise, it's a really good design, overall design. Like I said, super compact. Next up, one of my newest additions in my pink line. This one I showed in another video not long ago, being the Strike Force 2 in 3V. Same handle as the Survivor actually, but very different in weight. I haven't used this knife that much yet, but I will take it with me and do some camping chores in the near future. Very thin blade. I mean, if you this could be an interesting comparison, but if you look at the blade thickness compared with the Survivor, it is quite a different thickness, a lot thinner. So next up we have the Grizzly Cub, the test run version. I don't know how many of these were made, but I think maybe around 150. I don't know really. But this was a test run, and a few changes were made compared to the production run version, which is the next one I'm gonna show here. I kind of like this test run. The blade is a bit thicker. There's no jimping on the spine. There is a choil, however, somewhat small. I have already made a comparison video with the test run and the production run, which you can take a look at if you want the full details. Let's see, and this being the actual production run Cub, a very popular knife, I've heard. You can see there's some jimping on the spine. You can't probably see it, but the blade is a bit thinner. The choil has been removed, and I also think the fuller is a bit longer. Overall, a great all-around knife in my opinion. Next up is one of my new favorites. It's the squad leader in 3V with some added thickness and an added fuller. They also removed, on the original squad leader, there was a lanyard extension or lanyard loop here, but it's been taken away. Not a big loss in my opinion. This is, like the Survivor, a very compact knife. Heavy duty compact knife, quite heavy. But I like it. You know, I like thin knives as well, but sometimes it's nice with a sturdy, compact knife. Oh, and I also had made a pink Firesteel to match. So next up we have the Mini-Aurora. The Aurora series is one of my favorite series in the Bark River family. I wish I had an Aurora 2 in pink, but I do not. I'm gonna speak a little about which models I wish I had in pink, but that I haven't had the possibility to get for a few different reasons. But this is one of my smallest knives and one of my lightest as well. I have pretty large hands. I do have large gloves, size 10 or 11, but this one fits pretty good in my hand. Also 3V. Oh, I forgot to say that. I think that the squad leader here, the Cub, the test run Cub, they're all 3V. In fact, yeah, all knives here are in 3V. The only one that is not in 3V is the Grasso Bolo III. But yeah, the Mini-Aurora, fantastic little knife. And finally, and also being the smallest knife of them all, is also one of my newest additions to my pink collection. It's the Lite Bushcrafter. This one being a full height grind. And this is also one of those knives that feels pretty amazing. I wish I would have gotten it earlier. A lot of people were telling me when I got my first Bark River knives and when I got my Mini-Aurora that I should try my best to get my hands on a Lite Bushcrafter, but it wasn't that easy because they were kind of sold out, at least in the handle designs that I was looking for. But a new run came up a few weeks ago, and I managed to get one in pink G10, and I also got one in black liner micarta with a regular grind. But this one I will use a lot from now on. I'm gonna rotate between this and the Mini-Aurora. I think they excel in a few different areas, but they are both fantastic small knives, and it does rival the Aurora as my favorite small size knife. So this is, all in all, this is my pink collection as of today. I do miss a few knives that I wish I had in pink G10, especially the Aurora 2. I also would like to have a Bravo 1 LT in pink, a Matterhorn. I would love to have a Teddy 2, the pommel version, in the pink G10 with black spacers, but that I doubt is ever going to happen. I would also, there are a few models I would actually like to have in pink G10, so I'm guessing this collection will grow by maybe 10 or so more knives before I feel 100% content. And when the day comes, and when my future daughter needs a knife, she will have a few different models to pick from. I'm gonna do some close-ups of the knives here, and then I'm gonna settle for the day. Before I finish this video, I just want to show each individual knife a bit more close up. Starting once again with the Grasso Bolo III. With the grip tape on the handle, so you can't really see much of the pink handle, but it's there. And so are the black liners as well. Don't know how visible it is. The only knife of the bunch that is not 3V, since this one is 5160. Like I mentioned, there were a few ones made in A2 as well, but this one is not one of them. Fantastic chopper, the Grasso Bolo III. Second generation GSX5, also with the grip tape on, but still with the pink handle and the black liners. My go-to knife chopper, fantastic. Now we have the Grizzly. I think I need to maybe polish the mosaic pins a bit. Although I like the dark copper look, so it's not a big concern really. Also one of my heavy user knives. I've used this one a ton, and it holds up really good. Same goes for the Grasso Bolo III and the GSX5, but I haven't used the second gen as much as I have used the first generation. And we have the Survivor in 3V, also a knife I've been using a lot. It's holding up very good. This one I haven't used much at all yet, but it's going with me on a few camp trips soon. It's super light, super fast in hand, very slick design. Yeah. The Test Run Cub with the one mosaic pin in the middle. Really great knife, in my opinion. Then the somewhat improved Production Run Cub. Also a fantastic knife, and a very popular knife at that. I've seen it get some pretty amazing reviews. Squad Leader 3V version. Very nice compact knife. Also a heavy user of mine. I haven't owned it very long, but I've used it quite a lot. And it has also held up really good. That can be said for all of the knives here. The Mini-Aurora. Let's see if we can get some focus. Maybe not. One of my favorite small knives. Only rivaled by the next knife, which is the Lite Bushcrafter. This one being in full height grind. See if we can get some focus. Maybe not. And finally, the pink Firesteel, which, as you can see, since it's all black right now, I haven't used it at all. Once used, it will take a more silver-like look to it. So there we go, the pink collection as of February 2018. The only knife I have pre-ordered as of now in pink G10 with mosaic pins and black liners is the Wilderness Explorer, which I think will be out in maybe a month, maybe a bit more, 6 weeks maybe. No rush. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.